We are now ready to configure Facebook signing for our iOS application. And in order to do that, we can head back to the Facebook login page on the developer portal and then select iOS. And then over here, we can see a number of configuration steps. And because we have already created a Facebook app, all we have to do here is to just select it. And then we can scroll down to section number 3. And here we are asked to register and configure our app with Facebook. So in particular, we need to find our bundle identifier. So to find this out, we can head back to Android Studio. And then over here, we can select the iOS folder and then right-click, Flutter, open iOS module with Xcode. And in Xcode, we can select the top-level item over here called Runner. And then we get a page where we can see what the bundle identifier is. So here we're just going to select this string and copy it. And then back to our browser, we can paste it in here and save. Then we can scroll down. We're going to skip section 3b and we're going to head to section 4, where we need to configure our project. And in particular, we want to configure our info.plist file. So to do that, we're going to head back to Xcode and we're going to locate the info.plist file, which is over here. And then we're going to right click and select open as source code. Then we can scroll to the bottom. And if we get back to our browser, we can select this snippet and say copy code and then back into Xcode. I'm going to go at this line and paste the code like this. And in addition to that, I'm going to also copy this section and back into Xcode, I'm going to paste this one as well and save. Okay, so now that we have made some changes, I want to point out one important detail. And that is that our info.plist file now has two keys called CF bundle URL types. And the reason for that is that we have added one of these keys when we originally set up Google signing. But because this is an XML file, it is not really valid to have two keys with the same name. So to fix this, we are just going to keep one key and we're going to take the string line inside the CF bundle URL schemes that we have just added for our Facebook URL scheme, and we're going to move it inside the previous section just after this line that we add for Google. And then we're going to take this whole section with the new key and remove it like this. Okay, so before we continue, I want to make double sure that we have set up our info.plist file correctly. So over here, I'm going to select the file and then right click, open as, and this time I'm going to select property list. And over here, I should be able to see a URL types item, which I can open. And inside here, I get one item, which should have a URL schemes key. And inside here, I should see two items. One with the Google reversed client ID that we have set up in the previous videos, and the new one for Facebook that we have just added. So this is the scheme type that you should see in your info.plist file. Okay, so back to the browser, we can continue. And if we scroll down a little bit, we see that here we need to set up one specific linker flag in our project settings. Now, this should be already set to the correct value in your project, but I'm going to show you how to check this just in case. So back to Xcode, we're going to select the runner item to the top of the project, and over here, make sure that we select the runner under targets, and here we should be on the build settings tab. We also need to make sure that out of these three tabs, we select all. And then if we go on this search box, we can type in other linker flags, and we can see that there is a line over here where we have a setting called -Objective-C. So this confirms that the flag is already set in our project. Okay, so we have now completed all the configuration steps for our iOS project, and so we can continue and test this out in the next video.